that they make in Mexico, I think they hope will work across a lot of Spanish-speaking Latin America.
We check your money at 20 and 50 after each hour. I'm Bloomberg's Donna Wilson for KNX 1070 News Radio.
7:23. Lakers legend Magic Johnson led tributes to Kobe Bryant at last night's NBA All-Star game in Chicago.
We'll never see another basketball player quite like Kobe, scoring 81 points in one game, scoring 60 points in his last game.
Current Lakers superstar LeBron James said some of his favorite personal memories of Kobe were from the Beijing Olympics.
Just being a part of the Redeem team in 2008, we got so many off-the-court memories from that team, either if it was about basketball or just going into some of Team USA other events. You know, we was able to see Michael Phelps swim. You know, we was able to go and watch our women's national team.
The All-Star MVP award's been renamed for Kobe Bryant and won by Clipper star Kawhi Leonard, who also had memories of Kobe.
Well, I think my first All-Star game, we were talking, and then he was competitive. He was like, how many shots you shot in the game? I was like, what you mean? And I'm like, how many shots did 10-7 shot? I'm like, my highest? He was like, yeah. I was like, probably shot about like 19 times. Then he goes like, guess how many times I shot it? I'm like, how much? Like, I shot it 47 times. I was like, all right.
Celebration of life for Bryant and his daughter Gianna going to be held next Monday at Staples Center. We'll have full coverage here on KNX. A congressman from Long Beach and another from Central California co-sponsoring a bill that would eventually ban the production of most single-use plastic products in the United States. Democratic lawmakers Alan Lowenthal and Jimmy Panetta say their measure, called the Break Free from Plastic Pollution Act, meant to make big corporations more responsible for the waste they create. It would require plastic companies to phase out single-use products and replace them with ones that could be used multiple times. Hundreds of evacuees from a cruise ship are back at the States for another coronavirus quarantine. That story and more news at the bottom of the hour at 7:30. 7:25, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes. The 5 brought to you by iAccident Lawyers. Here is Rick Smith.
In Granada Hills, 118 East connector to the 405 North. It's a car with a flat tire. The left lane of that transition road is blocked there. And then the 118 East before Glen Oaks Road in Pacoima. That's where we've got a wreck with a car that hit some debris in lanes. It made it to the right shoulder. Not sure if the debris is still there, so just keep your eyes peeled if you're headed through there. It's pulled to pass southbound side of the 405 right before Getty Center. 2-car wreck. Looks like they're ready to get this one out of the middle lane. You're still sluggish from before Mulholland. In Montebello, it's the eastbound side of the 60 before Paramount. A stuck dump truck is in the slow lane there. You're backed up just a little bit before Paramount, but that westbound 60 definitely holiday light. Looks nice and clear from the 57 into the East LA interchange. In La Mirada, finally got this wreck out of the way. Northbound 5 at Valley View. They pulled it off of the freeway, but still seeing delays there that start before you get to Beach Boulevard. iAccidentLawyer.com cautions there's a lot of false information out there. Not all lawyers have their amazing results. Be smart. Hire a multi-million-dollar winning firm. Go to iAccidentLawyer.com. Next report at 7:35. I'm Rick Smith with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Morning, Fox. Good burn off. It's going to be a sunny, windy day today. Highs in the 60s to the mid-70s. Lows tonight, 40s and 50s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy near the coast, but sunny inland. Gusty winds continue. Highs are going to be in the 60s at the beaches. We'll see 70s inland and the valleys. Cooler temperatures coming in toward the end of the week with a chance of rain and mountain snow coming in by the weekend. Currently, it's 44 in Riverside, 51 in Inglewood, 49 degrees in Irvine. Some of the top local stories we're working on right now. Police say a man in Long Beach threatened and shot at them with a gun. They shot back and killed him. A popular family therapist been found murdered in the Hollywood Hills. That story and more news coming up in 3 minutes at 7:27.
This woman, her name is Edith Childs, is a city councilwoman from Greenwood.
12 years ago, right here.
My first trip to Greenwood. There were about 20 people there.
We need some hope.
I heard this voice behind me shout out.
I said, fired up, ready to go, and that was it.
Fired up! Ready to go!
We need something different to beat Trump. Tom Steyer can bring it. He knows the needs of our people, that people have good health, that people have good education, that people have affordable housing, that people have a right to vote, and that their votes are not suppressed. He also believes in climate change and that people can live healthier and normal lives. Watch it. My God. Trump's fired up and Trump got to go.
I'm Tom Steyer, running for president, and I approve this message.
Now everybody get out and vote for Tom.
Paid for by Tom Steyer 2020.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but take it from me, Melinda Lee, that breakfast created and enjoyed in a fabulous kitchen makes a difference. It starts your day off just right, and the pleasure stays with you. I love just to enter my pretty kitchen each morning. The cabinets are as gorgeous as the day I got them, and it just happens that all of the kitchen store cabinets are on sale right now, and at all price levels. You'll wonder, as I do, what took you so long. The kitchen store's enormous showroom has all kinds of cabinet displays, from traditional to modern, and wonderful designers who work with you one-on-one and make sure that your kitchen will turn out even better than you imagine it. They make it easy, too. 1 year same as cash financing, a whole year with no payments and no interest. Must be their more than 50 years experience. Call the kitchen store today at 310-KITCHEN or visit their website at 310kitchen.com. Can you smell the coffee already?
Impact Mortgage Corp. DBA Cash Call Mortgage. NMLS ID 128231. Equal housing lender. Not licensed in all states including New York. Offer not available in Washington. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing terms and restrictions.
You see it on TV every day. Global turmoil. But these international events help keep interest rates low and may even drive them lower. In response, we at Cash Call Mortgage have lowered our interest rates for the new year. And that's great news for homeowners. If you have a current rate above 2.99%, call us to see how much you can save. If you qualify, we'll even pay your closing costs. And we can close your refi in as fast as 20 days with no upfront deposit. With our low interest rates and no closing costs if you qualify, there's never been a better time to lock in the low rate before it's gone. For a free quote, go to cashcallmortgage.com or call 800-606-2803. That's 800-606-2803. 800-606-2803.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station KNX 1070 News Radio. Good morning. I'm Rob Archer. Our top local story at 7:30. The number of Americans testing positive for coronavirus who have returned to the U.S. has nearly doubled. Live now at KNX 1070's Craig Figner.
Yeah, Rob, that chartered flight that landed here not long ago with hundreds of Americans who were on that cruise ship Diamond Princess, the one that was stuck in Japan, it landed at Travis Air Force Base.
We have been in this room on the Diamond Princess for the last 27 days. For the last 12 days, we have not stepped foot out of this door.
That's Cheryl Molesky. She's from Santa Clarita. Now, she and her husband have been on that chaotic cruise that just would not end. They couldn't get off of the ship. The government finally got them to Travis. Now, she and her husband face quarantine on base there near Sacramento.
Even though it's going to be 2 more weeks, you know, we're just ready for the next step on this crazy journey.
Last week, of course, if you do the math on this, it was 15 quarantined Americans with confirmed coronavirus infections. Now add to that the 14 people from this cruise ship, so that's 29 confirmed coronavirus infections of American citizens, people who are back in this country now. And Rob, this disease, of course, has devastated Wuhan, China. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Craig. China says it may postpone its biggest political meeting of the year because of this coronavirus outbreak. More from correspondent Charles de Ledesma.
The National People's Congress says it believes it's necessary to postpone the gathering to give top priority to people's lives, safety and health. The announcement comes as the Chinese military dispatches hundreds more medical workers and extra supplies to the city hardest hit by the 2-month-old outbreak. The Congress is due to start on March 5.
The announcement came as the military dispatched hundreds more medical workers and extra supplies to the city hit hardest by the 2-month-old outbreak. A prominent family therapist is dead after being attacked at her Hollywood Hills home, and a former boyfriend being held on $2 million bail in connection with the killing. Police were called to Amy Harwick's home by a roommate who told officers the therapist was being assaulted. Harwick, who was briefly engaged to comic and game show host Drew Carey, was found under a third-floor balcony where she apparently fell. She died at a nearby hospital. Harwick had gotten a restraining order against the former boyfriend, but it expired. He was arrested at his Playa del Rey home. Long Beach police say they shot and killed a man who they tried to stop last night, and he allegedly pulled a gun on them.
A Long Beach PD Violent Crime Task Force was in the area of 19th and Martin Luther King just after 10 o'clock last night when